Somerset 4 wickets from victory as Hayne holds the key for Warwickshire. Leader Somerset hit back late in the day with the ball after being bowled out for 209 by mid-afternoon on day 1. Warwickshire, meanwhile, were hoping to get as close to Somerset's total as possible after closing 99 behind with 3 wickets remaining at Taunton. Jack Leach came on to complete his over, and he struck again as he had Patel caught at cover with just the second ball of the morning. And Warwickshire were looking at a significant first innings deficit when Banks played around a straight one from Overton to fall LBW in the following over, before Overton completed his 5-wicket haul by bowling Norwell behind his legs. Somerset began their second innings 74 ahead, and Trescothick made a fast start with back-to-back 4s in Hannon Dorby's opening over as Somerset looked to extend that lead. His partner Ali fell for a duck, however, as he had a prod at a back of a length ball from Norwell, with Rhodes taking the catch. And Norwell struck again in his next over when he pinned Hildreth LBW. Trescothick was still ticking along though, and he was joined by Abel, who got going by finding the rope from consecutive balls off Norwell. But the ball after a square drive for 4, Trescothick was also gone, as Norwell continued his destructive spell by pinning him LBW. Before that man Norwell produced a perfect leg cutter to have him caught behind. Bartlett introduced himself to Henry Brooks with back-to-back boundaries before the Somerset batsman dug in an attempt to reach lunch without any further loss. They had almost made it when Ambrose produced a stunning catch to remove Bartlett after Brooks had found the edge. Somerset reached 75 for 5 at the end of a chaotic session that saw 8 wickets fall, but their lead of 149 was already looking formidable on a sporting wicket. Norwell returned to bowl the first over after lunch and removed Lewis Gregory's off stump with the first ball of the session to complete his fifer. And from the first ball of his next over, Norwell had his 6th wicket when Davis couldn't resist a nibble outside off stump, with Rhodes taking the catch at slip. Every run was precious for Somerset now as they attempted to set a target, and Overton sent Norwell to the boundary twice in an over before Davey clipped Hannon Dorby off his legs and straight into the hands of the square-leg fielder. Grunwald arrived at the crease and picked up 2 contrasting boundaries off Hannon Dorby. And Overton added 2 more of his own off Brooks, before Grunwald thrashed a 6 over mid-wicket off Brooks to take the lead past 200. Brooks had his man the very next ball, however, as Grunwald threw the kitchen sink at a short ball but could only edge behind. Last man Jack Leach hung around long enough to push the lead on to 239 before he misjudged a cut and edged Norwell behind to Ambrose, giving Norwell the superb figures of 7 for 41. That left Warwickshire needing the highest score of the game to win, a tough ask on a wicket that had assisted the bowlers all game. And their job got harder when Rhodes fell in the first over of the chase, a fine ball from Gregory drawing the edge. Warwickshire's response was to counter-attack with both Yates and Sibley picking up a pair of 4s off Gregory. But the leading wicket-taker in Division 1 struck back on the stroke of tea as he removed Yates to leave Warwickshire 26 for 2, with the target of 239 looking a long way off. Sibley's chance to extend his run of centuries in successive first-class matches ended when he edged Jack Leach to slip for 24 not long after tea. And Overton continued his brilliant game as he trapped Ho's LBW for 4. Sam Hayne was trying to hold the chase together as he kept the score ticking over. But Banks didn't last long before he fell LBW to Abel for 11. Ambrose came out to join Hayne, but when he was called through for a quick single by his partner, he was beaten by the direct hit from Bartlett to leave Somerset 4 wickets from victory. If Warwickshire were going to get anywhere near their target, it was probably up to Hayne to do the lion's share of the scoring, and boundaries off Davey and Abel took him to 38 not out. Hayne holds the key for Warwickshire, but Somerset will feel confident of claiming the last 4 wickets on day 3 and cementing their place on top of Division 1.